Welcome back, fight fans. Kobe here. Very pleased today to be joined once again by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. JBC. Jeremy Kennedy. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
Hey, I got the nickname right that time. I didn't say JCB.
Yeah.
Nobody picked up on that, though, so I was kind of glad. I'm like, man, I can't believe I screwed that up, but it's all good. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Once you said it, I went back and watched it, and then I picked up on it, too.
Well, the internet always lets you know when you make a mistake, so now I've kind of ratted myself out. But I want to talk about this crap with Volkanovski coming up, UFC 221, February 10th. Huge fight. Can't wait. How's camp going, man? How you feeling? Give us the lowdown on what's going on with your training and where you're at.
Oh, man, I feel awesome right now. It's like everything's kind of worked out well. I put in a lot of camp. I've invested a lot of money into it. And it's all going to be worth it. It's going to pay off in a few weeks here. The diet's coming along now, though. That's the kind of, next thing on the agenda is getting that weight down. The hard work is pretty much done, man. I'm in unreal shape. I feel really good, injury-free, everything. Now it's just getting those last little bit of weight down before I fly out.
So let's talk about the Performance Institute. I haven't seen too much on it. Like, I don't know what it looks like inside. Maybe there's some videos and stuff at UFC.com or maybe on YouTube. I'm just not too familiar. And you said you moved out, or you've gone down there to do your entire camp. That facility must be a huge attribute and asset to athletes like yourself to be able to set up shop there and prepare for fights like this. Can you tell me about that place and what it's like training there?
Yeah, it's awesome. They actually have an Instagram page that you can probably take a look at and see a bunch of the stuff in there. But it wouldn't do it justice, to be honest. It's awesome in there, man. It's got everything you need, and the stuff it doesn't have, like actual MMA classes and bodies like that and training partners, you can get around at all the other gyms. Like it's really good for all the recovery, all the strength and conditioning, and the food is unreal. Like the food's on point, and it's meant for us athletes, that are always cutting weight and whatnot.
Right.
And then the gyms around there, you've got Extreme Couture. There's Roy Jones Jr.'s gym for the boxing. There's Hector Vasquez gym. He's a Cabrera black belt. And so there's lots of gyms around that I networked with, and I brought in TJ Laramie and a few of my coaches from here and a bunch of guys. So we had a good little crew the whole time, going to the different gyms and running our own practices at the gym at the Performance Institute, because they have a cage and everything like that for our sparring. So it was perfect, man. It was really good.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. So obviously this is a huge fight for you. He's 16-1. You're 11-0, so not a lot of losses between you, that's for sure. You still remain unbeaten. When I did a little film study on your opponent as I was just prepping for, watching the fight and then obviously making my little video, now talking to you, I've noticed that there are similarities between your styles. He's a really gritty, tough dude. He likes to grapple. He can wrestle. He can bang. Like, he brings a well-rounded skill set to the table. So this is looks to me like it's going to be a war of attrition. He's a tough guy. You're a tough guy. I just think stylistically this is going to make for a great fight. If I'm offside at all, let me know. But give me your best technical assessment and breakdown on your opponent, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's what excites a lot of people about this fight. In general, our both our styles are really like imposing, in that wrestler, grappler heavy style. And now when you pit two of us together, everyone's just kind of curious to see how that's going to play out, I think. And I'm excited for it. I think I'm better at what I do. He's got his attributes, but I think for my frame and my style, it's a lot to deal with. You don't see too many guys at my height and my build that have those, fast twitch muscles and that grappler, wrestler type guys. Those are usually the shorter, stockier guys. So I think he's in for something there, and with me on the range, I think I'll have the range on the feet and be able to, land my shots there and Yeah, but as for his attributes, I think the big thing I've seen is he throws really heavy into that overhand right and then dives in with his head on the far side and tries to, clinch up on the cage. And the cage wrestling is that's my game. That's my biggest strength, I would say, is the cage MMA, wrestling, grappling, clinch, that kind of stuff. So I think you can have a rude awakening there when he tries to take me down early on and he gets stuff, and then he's in for it, man.
So the O is not going to go at UFC 221. Is that important to you? I don't know if it was thinking, like, maybe it's a dumb question, but you're 11-0. You're unbeaten. There's not a lot of unbeaten fighters out there, truth be told. So Is that something important to you that you remain with no lone blemish on the record?
No. I just care about the win, obviously in order for me to win, I keep that O, but being undefeated and having that kind of stigma is that doesn't really matter to me. It's being just winning, climbing the ranks. A loss sets you back pay wise and climbing the rankings and your next fight and whatever, right? Everything just comes down to winning this fight. The bonus is that I keep my O. That's it.
And maybe another bonus if Dana White decides to give you 50 G's. Should you throw it? Did you get a finish or something? Because you got some nasty ground and pound too. We haven't mentioned that.
I'd be okay with that.
That's one of my favorite facets of the fight game. So let's talk a little bit about UFC 220. Wrestling was the real winner there. And I was really happy with the result because I felt like it was a win for MMA. Like every bum at the bar wasn't going to be like, see, MMA is easy. All you got to do is be able to knock people out. Although I love Ozdemir and I thought he did a great job early with the takedown defense. Until Cormier landed some shots on the feet, he had a hard time with Ozdemir. I think Ozdemir did better than Ngannou. I picked Ozdemir and I picked Stipe. I wanted to believe in the reps and the experience and the mat time and the purity, but with these small gloves and these heavy punchers, anything's possible. But it was nice to see the wrestlers and the wrestling and the grappling, be victorious at UFC 220. Give me your thoughts first on Stipe versus Ngannou.
Yeah, I think Ngannou, there wasn't much on him. There's just, he was knocking people out, and with those small gloves, it could have easily been that way in the first round, and everyone's opinions would have been changed, and conversations would have been different.
Yep.
But it just proved that Stipe's, the better, well-rounded fighter, But if they fight 10 times, who knows? With those small gloves, Francis could catch him, 6 times, 7 times, who knows? But when it comes down to it, Stipe is just the more well-rounded, better fighter, polished fighter.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I kind of tabled with my analysis, was that I thought Stipe was going to bring more weapons. And with Ngannou, I wasn't saying he didn't have wrestling or he didn't have cardio. Those things were just unknowns and X factors, and the UFC just plays the Overeem knockout 5 million times, and that's the last thing in people's heads. So naturally they witness these vicious knockouts and they forget that these guys are world class, and they didn't get to the top just by being punchers. They got to the top by being well rounded.
Absolutely.
Yes. So co-main event was Ozdemir Cormier. I love Daniel Cormier. I thought he won over a lot of fans with his post-fight speech. He's a well-spoken dude. I don't think he gets the respect he deserves. When you talk about the greatest of all time, maybe he's not at the top of the list, but man, you got a couple asterisks next to John Jones's name, but Cormier's the man. I mean, Olympic-level wrestling. His wrestling for MMA couldn't be any better. I just love Daniel Cormier. Give me your thoughts on him.
Yeah, he's not my type of guy. There's nothing personally wrong with him. He's fun to watch. He's good and everything like that. And I don't think he does get the respect he deserves. It sucks that John Jones was in his life. At that point. But I mean, yeah, he's a true champion. You can't take that away from him at all. You can't say that. John Jones is a real champ or whatever. That's on John Jones.
Right.
But, yeah, I thought Ozdemir was doing good. And I thought he was going to surprise a lot of people, man. But, DC got it done. So it was the second round, right?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was round 2.
So he only had a little bit of a shaky start. And I think he just kind of didn't expect that because Osmer is a lot bigger. I didn't expect him to have that kind of size on him. But, yeah, he got the job done.
Yeah, he was taller as well. DC looked like
Yeah.
a much smaller man. Well, it was a great card, and like I said, I think wrestling was the real winner at UFC 220. There's a rematch coming up between Jędrzejczyk and Namajunas, and I was just talking to Jessica Rose Clark about this, and I kind of gave my 2 cents, and she agreed with me, and I wanted to get your perspective. It seems like Joanna has not embraced or accepted that she's lost. She's now really on the weight cut thing again, and at first it was, no, I didn't tap to strikes. Joanna Jędrzejczyk's fantastic. She's a world-class athlete. She was a great champion, one of maybe the best female fighter ever. But for me, it's almost like without showing Rose any respect or acceptance for that Rose decisively beat her, it's almost maybe going to work against her because, I mean, psychologically, I'm sure, obviously, I would imagine she wants to be confident, but she just doesn't seem to be showing Rose any respect still in the wake of losing her belt. I'm super excited for the rematch. I don't know who I'm going to pick as a winner yet, but just give me your thoughts on that fight when these two ladies go at it again.
Yeah, I think that's just her competitive nature, She's just trying to, grasp at any straw and whatnot, which, yeah, you can't blame her. She essentially got embarrassed, with how the lead up to it and how she acted at the weigh-ins and all that, and then how the fight played out and everything. It's nobody wants to go out looking like that, and so I think she's just kind of sour about the whole thing, which doesn't really affect how doesn't mean she's going to win or lose the next one. I think she's more motivated, if anything, and I think it's going to be a good fight, man, and I don't blame her for the way she's acting or anything like that. That's just her personality. That just shows you her competitive edge. She's doing the complete opposite of what Ronda did, right? So I think that's what I respect the most out of it.
Right, and it's great to get your opinion because I know the listeners love when I pick the fighters' brains on other fights and get them to break them down, and I get great feedback on it. So I'm gonna keep doing that. So Conor McGregor is not coming back as of right now. They've got a great fight with Khabib and Ferguson. I'm honestly picking Tony Ferguson. I think at this, if there's anybody that can adapt in the chaos and has the tools to beat Khabib, who looks unbeatable, to be honest. I don't know. I really like Tony Ferguson. I think I might take him, but the UFC has sort of said, yes, this is for the real belt, but then when Dana was asked, are you stripping Conor? He didn't really give a definitive answer. So just give me a little perspective on the lightweight title situation. And then Nurmagomedov versus Ferguson as a technical breakdown.
I think it's just more of a stall tactic. Like it's probably negotiations with Conor is what they're doing right now.
Right.
They're trying to figure out when he's going to be back. They don't want to make any, decisions just yet. I'm sure he's got a few deadlines where by the time the fight happens, they'll know what they're fighting for. I think it's more so like if he's going to be back in time to fight the winner on a timely manner, they'll make it still the interim. And if he's not and he's still kind of refusing or wants more money or whatever, they'll just strip him and make it for the title. Right now I think it's kind of just bargaining chip, having these two fight and then not really knowing what they're fighting for. Kind of amateurish, but it's the Conor McGregor show, so that's what you got to. If you're in the lightweight division, you got to. I'm just happy that that guy moved out of my.
I love it.
It's just it's all about him, and he kind of just ruins the divisions he's in.
Yeah.
How long was the featherweight's finally cleaning itself back up again, which is nice. I just feel sorry for all those lightweights, man. That's about it. As for the fight, I think Khabib's got it, man. He's one of my favorite to watch. I think I study a lot of his stuff. I use a lot of his stuff, and he's just a machine, man. He's fun to watch. He makes that style that a lot of people don't necessarily like exciting. The way he generates that power from his ground and pound is just ridiculous, and just how strong he is and how dominant he's been able to do it to all these world-class, top-level guys is just amazing. So I don't think Tony will be any different. I don't think Tony's got the wrestling to be able to keep him off of him, and I don't think he really has that one-punch power to be able to stun him on his way in, just like how Khabib kind of ran Barbosa down. I think he'll be able to do very similar to Ferguson. And aside from a few tricky things off of his back, I don't see where Ferguson's going to kind of really win that against Khabib. But that's just my opinion, anyways.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and I mean, a lot of it will probably ring true. Khabib's top game is just deadly. I don't know how anybody can even move under that guy, let alone hip escape. Now, on your card on February 10th at UFC 221, there's now a new main event between Romero and Rockhold. Romero is just a freak, man. The guy's like 41 years old. He looks like he's
I love him, man.
20 years
awesome.
old and he built like a young man. I mean, just advanced age has just not impacted that guy in any way, shape, or form. Rockhold looked great in the Branch fight. Obviously, I picked him there, and I thought, it's obviously a good thing for him to pick up that win after losing, and this is a big fight for both guys, man. And at this stage of the game for Romero, I mean, this is got to be last chance for gas, unless he looks like this at 50. Maybe he keeps fighting. This is obviously a fight that maybe you get to watch in the back after maybe you celebrating your victory. You're 12-0. So just share your perspective on the main event between Romero and Rockhold.
I love Romero, man. He's a funny guy and he's fun to watch. But I think Luke probably has that one. Luke's well-rounded. He's real good for that weight class too. He's long, strong. He's got that good at MMA grappling. So I'm probably gonna take Rockhold on that. But my heart will be with Romero.
I love it. And then Mark Hunt, he's taking on Curtis Blades. He's another guy when we talk about advanced age. He's got sledgehammers in his for fists.
Those heavyweights, they're the last to go. They're all of them are all old. But he's. I'll take Hunt on that. I don't know much about the other Blades, to be honest, but Hunt's the man. Hoping for another walk-off KO. Hopefully not, actually, so I still get a chance at my 50K.
Well, I know Curtis Blades because when I was doing Ngannou's tape study, I watched Blades taking Ngannou down twice pretty easily, so that's really the only sample size we had for any wrestling with Francis Ngannou. But yeah, Blades is a tough guy, man, but yeah, I like Hunting that. So I'm not going to keep you much longer. It's been great to connect, man. It's always nice to hear your perspective on the fights. People love to hear like I said, the fighters break stuff down. So before we split, I just want to give you the opportunity to shout out anybody you would like. Thank yous. The floor is yours.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I appreciate having me on. It's always fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't really have any Instagram, Jeremy Kennedy at 145, and Twitter at Jeremy Kennedy WC. So if you want to follow me on my trip to Australia, go ahead.
Yeah, are you going to stay out there after and do a little vacation? I would be. With that 50 G's, man.
A few days. Yeah, my brother's due. I'm supposed to be having a kid a few days after my fight, so I want to be home for that and whatnot. So I'm probably going to stick around for a few days and then head out.
All right. Well, if you run into Mark Hunt and you get to have a conversation with him, you tell him that Kobe's Corner is still waiting for him to come on the show.
I can do that for you.
All right, guys, that is going to do it. Make sure to head over to the MMA Holes channel. They're going to be doing their live show, and then Jesse Bell Hill with the after show. Hashtag TGIW. Thanks goodness it's Wednesday. That is going to do it, folks. We do and hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, give the like button a smash. If you want to hear more, hit that subscribe button. And that's going to do it from Kobe and Jeremy Kennedy. Peace.